Hey guys, so after a brief hiatus, the channel is back. That hiatus was not a choice of mine, but rather a choice of HP. Not sponsored. This is a piece of crap. Anyway, so this is just an old SSD that I've had for a while now, though granted, I had not been using it super intense, yet, yeah, it still crashed. So anyway, with that said, new hard drive in there, everything is restored, so we're perfectly fine. We're just running a clone of Windows, with that said, or from this. So thankfully didn't lose anything, but suffice to say, not great. Things are working better now, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about, well, Discord, sort of. It's actually about Bionicle specifically, because in the spring, I like to do contests, annual contests on my Discord server, which you can check out and join for free. It is in the description, costs no money. I don't get anything for it. We actually just passed 450 members on the server as well, but specifically what I wanted to focus on today was that contest. So I want to do something a little bit different. Most years, I tend to do, let's say, Rahi-focused contests. And the reason for this is because that's kind of how I got my name out there as a designer of Rahi, essentially. And so that's what a lot of people know me for. That's what this Discord server was focused on when it was originally created. And so I often like to inspire people to try and build their own Rahi and things and kind of gauge them on that, right? You could win some files and things like that, usually $40, $50 value worth of files from me. But suffice to say, what I want to do this time instead, this is still kind of a contest, sort of, but rather it's I judge your creations. So here's the difference. If we actually go ahead and check out the server very quickly, which first of all, as I mentioned, there are a lot of Rahi on here, 199, as you can see, that is in the Skybirdmakes channel. But if we scroll all the way down to the bottom to I judge your Mocs, that is where you will be posting your Mocs specifically. We'll come back to that here in just a second. So the idea is that any Mocs, any creations, they do not have to be Bionicle. They do not have to be even Lego. If you create it, it could be a piece of artwork, a sculpture, whatever you create, you get to deem what you post here. Obviously, keep it family friendly, of course. But suffice to say, I will then be judging your Mocs live on here. Live? Maybe that's not the right term. It will be a pre-recorded video, so you get the point. But the reason for this is because I've wanted to do mock-focused videos for a while now, but I really just can't because of my computer. It's still, a pretty low-end computer, and hopefully in the future that's going to change. I am squirreling away some money so that I can change that in the future, upgrading to something better. But this computer is not really capable of editing by any major means. YouTube does offer some things. There are a couple little lightweight programs that can do some work, but for the most part, it's not worth it in the end. So I don't want to focus videos specifically on Mocs if I can't go through those videos. I don't feel like it does them justice because there are a lot of really incredible builds out there made by incredibly talented Mocs creators. And so I would love to take a look at some of that stuff here in video form. With that said, though, something I can do is run contests, as I usually do. And so why not turn that into a video? So yeah, here's the idea. Like I said, so long as you create it, I will judge it. Post it in the server, as I mentioned, all the way down at the very bottom in the I Judge Your Mocs channel. That used to be the contests channel in the past and will change back to it in the future, of course. But for now, for the sake of this video, you'll get to post here. Whatever you post, just make sure to know that I may feature it in a video. If you would like your name and stuff like that to show up, at least your Discord name, it probably will. So just note that. But outside of that, you can also check out, there are a lot of other areas on the server. As I mentioned, 450 members, but I do take a lot of pride in the fact that we are a fairly laid back server. It's a very chill place to just exist. And that's kind of the point, right? We're also an inclusive server, so I just want to make sure that you come in with expecting love and giving love, if that makes sense. Giving honest criticism, but also constructive criticism, that kind of stuff. With that said, though, the server does serve a lot of other purposes too, including the parts variant form. And this specifically, as I've mentioned in previous videos, talks about and visually showcases variations of existing pieces. This is to kind of make your life a little bit easier when you're maybe searching on Bricklink, on elsewhere, Rebrickable, etc., to know, hey, I like that holly foot with the mostly white coloration to it. So I want to make sure that that's the one I buy, or that's the one that I'm selling, And so it just works out to be a resource in that way. But it also just kind of quenches your curiosity, It does for me at the very least. So you can actually check out different versions of the Takadox armor here in trans light blue, trans medium blue, trans dark blue, the different misprints of the Borak shield or headpieces. Shields, yeah, sure, kind of. Different transparencies of plastics, etc. There's so much to be found in here that it's really quite nice. It's just a fun place to exist in general. There's even some really rare stuff like this one here, which is black and milky white instead of the silver that it's supposed to be. Or, the snowflake shield in different shades, different transparencies of mata eyes, blended or marbled Avmatoran limbs, etc. There's so much fun, unique stuff to really just check out here that I implore you, if for no other reason to join the server, then to check that out. You should. I think you'll enjoy it. And of course, as I mentioned, 199 Rahi to sift through, including small things, large things, most of which have functions as well. So there's a lot to really be had here, but suffice to say, for the video specifically, this is a focus on the posts, the creations that you decide to post in the I Judge Your Mocs channel on the server. Again, the link for that server will be in the description below. As always, it's always in all of my videos, so just note that. And there was one other thing I want to mention. Oh, right. The parts variant form is also open to be posted in by anybody. So if you have something, you kind of get to deem if you think it's a parts variant. And, if it's not, if it ends up being a bootleg or something like that, I can close it out or what have you, or move it somewhere else. But that way, like I said, that form stays up, stays live, and it's ready to be used by anyone at any time to find exactly the part that they're looking for. I think it's a really fun and nice resource that's very different from a lot of what we've seen out there. It's not really focused. I do want to make this clarification. It's not really focused on misprints specifically. I'm going to use air quotes when I say that. So if it came out of a Bionicle box from a Bionicle set, or a Lego set for that matter, and you didn't get it like through a promotion or through, going to like Lego's headquarters, whatever the case, like it wasn't given to you, it's not a prototype, it's not a test print, anything like that, you're pretty good to post it there. And at the end of the day, it's your discretion. If you think it's a parts variant, you're probably onto something. You might as well post it, and then I'll just go over it from there. And then there's a format in there, but you don't have to worry too much about that. Instructions are in there as well. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. So again, if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And of course, check out the Discord. If you also want to support what it is that I do here, you can check out the Patreon as well. You get a couple of perks from that. Instagram as well too, although Instagram's just a whole mess in and of itself, but we already know that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to go dig a grave for this, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.